With Warriors of Elysia, it was important to create the environments. We wanted it to be a much more vast, larger feel than the previous installment of the game.
When I first heard about the game, I kind of figured it would be like the first one, but Travis said no, we were really going to take it a more cinematic approach. It would be bigger and badder and darker and be much more adventurous, not so campy as the original, and that I was really excited about. I really kind of wanted to work on that.
Travis explained that it will be a 3D game, different from the predecessor of the video game, which was 2D.
This game is now being played in a three-dimensional environment instead of a two-dimensional environment, which has never been done before, using real video images for characters.
It's really exciting because it's very original. It's never been done before.
How does one make a two-dimensional image a three-dimensional image? When you watch television, you can't put your hand into the TV. You can't pause it and then walk behind the character, which is in essence what we're doing with this game.
This game is going to appeal to people because it's not your standard cookie-cutter karate type of game. It's not only got real martial arts moves, it's got real people, and it's got real talented people, things that just you've never seen before.
It was important to me to make sure that these characters could fight, or at the very least look like they knew how to fight. In the previous game, that wasn't as important. A lot of it was silly, a lot of it was movements that you just wouldn't use in a fight. And for this particular game, because it was more action-oriented, it was important that these characters were believable when they fought.
The first game was fun. We had the martial arts, but it was more based on sex appeal. And at this game, at this level, we are past the sex appeal. The sex appeal was already there, and now we're focusing on the martial arts, which was so heavily implemented throughout the game, which I think was wonderful.
So when fans start to play Warriors of Elysia, I think they're really going to feel that we've taken it up a notch in just character development. Of course, we've advanced things in many other aspects as well.
It's very exciting because each character brings her own personality into the game.
Beautiful girls are always great to look at, but their talents behind them. They show that, hey, not only can I look good, but I can kick your butt as well. And this is something that I don't think has been out there yet in the video game market. And it's going to stop and make people look at it and be interested in playing it.
Being able to take a two-dimensional technology and turning it into a three-dimensional interactive experience is just an amazing thing to me, and it's great that we were able to do it. But we really wanted to concentrate on the action and the characters this time around, and I think we really did that.
The audition process was an adventure. We needed 12 really good girls. We needed them to be attractive. We wanted them to look different. We didn't want 12 blonde, 5'5" gymnasts. We got Athena, who was perfect, really fun character to play, but it wouldn't be a fun game if they were all blonde gymnasts. We need different varieties of people.
So during the casting process, it was important to find people that had some skill, and we did. We held several auditions. I think there was a total of 9.
We had a number of casting calls. We kept looking until we could really find the right people.
The people that we cast were very impressive. A lot of them had extensive martial arts or some other type of background, whether it was gymnastics or maybe professional dance, something that gave them the ability to move and had an aptitude to learn the kind of styles that we needed them to learn.
We had to look for talent, ability to learn the martial arts, an amount of athleticism, and somebody who could really come across on camera, with a good personality.
I think in our case, we had so much to choose from because a lot of talented women came out for the game, and honestly, Creative Edge is asking a lot. You're asking someone to be an actress, a martial artist, a personality, and that's difficult. It's hard to get all of those things at once.
During my audition, I was most definitely nervous, but I think I did a fairly good job. I gave it my all. Personally, I felt good about my audition, that I did a good job, the best that I could have done.
Actually, I'm going to have you do animator stance and go this way and just practice like this, just like we showed before. So. Well, I'll show you. I'll do something. I'll show you how bad it looks for me, and then she'll do it. So we'll do it separate. Pop, side kick, and come in.
Gotta switch your feet.
Yeah, I know I gotta switch my feet. I'm breaking my own rules. All right.
One of the people who stood out for me right away was Megan, who plays Athena. Megan came in and she was very, 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 very excited, bright-eyed, hyper. She has a gymnastic ability that is, I mean, I do decent gymnastic stuff, but she is way beyond me as far as talent, flips, balance, flexibility. She just came in and just said, hey, I can do this, would you like to see it? Oh, watch me do this. Oh, I've got this. She didn't have any martial arts experience, but as far as gymnastics ability and enthusiasm, she just came in and went to talent and went all over the place. As a matter of fact, she was doing back tucks up in the office, which is on the second floor of Creative Edge, and everyone downstairs would be doing one other part of the project, and you hear this loud crash. And occasionally people will come up and just ask if everything's okay, and we'll say, oh no, Megan's just doing backflips in the small limited space.
She can do anything. She came into the audition walking on her hands. She's got personality, she's got a great look, and there's nothing that her body can't do.
I remember when we first started doing that, she went through the entire routine, and we were ready just to say, okay, thank you, we'll let you know. She said, okay, I'm done warming up. And everyone kind of raised an eyebrow and just said, oh, really, what else are you going to do? And she completely went on to knock our socks off and do other things. And I think at a point we had to just tell her that, okay, it's time to stop because we're tired from watching you. But she had so much more gas in the tank, and she was just ready to go all day and do anything that we asked for her to do.
We're just like, yeah, do backflips, and can you do kicks? I was like, well, I can do walk on my hands. So I was really nervous, and I had a lot of fun, though, and when I left that day, I was pretty sure I didn't get a part.
Don't be scared. I won't hurt myself, I promise.
I thought the video game sounded really cool. I thought it'd be fun to be a character in a video game.
Mindy, who plays Aurora in the game, is also someone who stood out. She's a local talent, and she's also a black belt. I do forget her style right now, but she is a complete professional. She came in, and one of the things that was nice about it is that we could talk one martial artist to another. Can you do this technique? Can you do that? If she was not familiar with it, it just took a minute just to show her.
I think everyone could pretty much agree on the majority of the characters. I think when you're evaluating people on as many different angles as we were, you know, the really good ones really are going to come to the top. And I think there was a general consensus on the majority of the characters.
So by the time we had our entire cast assembled, we had a good group of fighters, and the rest of them knew or looked like they knew how to fight.
I like the idea of doing a video game. That's something that I've never done before.
I think it went pretty good. I'm excited if I get like one of the lead parts, you know, that'd be awesome, be totally awesome.
I'm very interested in martial arts and cheerleading and gymnastics, and it's always been something, you know, I'm a very energetic person. I think it would be something very fun and unique to try out for.
That's not the best one, but if I didn't have pants on, it'd be better. Beginning of the rehearsal, I've only done a couple moves. I'm trying to do a spinning heel sweep, but I'm trying to land with my feet in line with each other when I stand back up, and it's not exactly what would happen in real life, like a real life situation, so it's kind of tricky.
I'd like to be more fluid, but you know, it's always just like just wanting to punch you and get it over with quick.
Well, basically, I know that my character is supposed to be very classic, very all-knowing and wise, which today I'm not really showing very much of, considering this is all relatively new to me. But I'm hoping that by the end of this week that I will be all-knowing and all-wise.
I'm just working on getting my moves together, getting comfortable performing them, making them look good, crisp, clean.
Well, I
I think that just being able to dance allows you to have more self-awareness of your body and your movements, so it just helps with your transition moves and your flow and just sort of getting everything moving in the right way. In ballet, you've got your legs going to the side and then to the back, so these are all movements that you would use.
There were a few characters that were returning from the first game who aren't trained in martial arts or don't have an extensive background in some sort of physical discipline. And those particular cast members were the recipients of extreme training.
This is Mira, back from Bikini Karate Babes. We're doing the second game, getting in shape, being trained, and having a good time. I'm a little sore right now. It's our first training, so we'll see how it goes.
It's coming together. I think I'm getting the hang of the low side kick a lot better, and I think the moves are sort of coming to me a little bit more, I would say. So this is a good thing. I think the rehearsals are great.
I think I'm learning a lot compared to what I knew coming in here.
Finesse it, he wants it. He wants it finesse.
Finesse.
Everything hurts right now. My feet hurt, I scraped my elbows, everything. Oh.
I'm actually writing my combination, and it's the first one that I have, and it is right ridge, left ridge, and then a reverse hook kick. So I'm writing it down so I don't forget it, and then I have to practice it because that reverse hook kick is really hard.
I think I did really well. I think I'm progressing. The first day I was so extremely nervous. I didn't really have as much, I guess, experience as some of the other people did, but I think today I feel like I've learned a little bit more to make my character more interesting and make it more, just enhancing my skills.
Everything's going great. This is my 4th painful day of practice, but I'm glad I went and forced myself to go, despite weather, pain, laziness. But I'm glad I went because I learned a lot, and I'm way ahead of them. I know I'm going to be sore tomorrow. I've done a few kicks. I am already feeling it.
No, today went really cool. I think we're all coming along a lot better, especially me. The first day I was very much overwhelmed with all the information, but I think now that it's starting to come together, I'm getting the combination attacks down and just really starting to piece it together from like point A to point B, even to point H and Z. It's getting a lot better.
Whoa.
It's definitely, I think, really cool, and like the moves and the girls are so energetic that I think this game is gonna like really rock.
Today is my first day, so I've been only doing the basic moves so far, like the punch and the kick and a squat, and it's hard, but it's fun, and know I'm gonna be sore, but I think I can handle it.
Got my combos down, most of the backflips and stuff like that. I just need a couple more simple hand strikes and more of the simpler stuff because I got the harder stuff out of the way because that's more what I'm experienced in is the more gymnastics part of it. Now I need to work on the more simple martial arts part of it.
First I'm going to slap them with my ponytail. Then I'm going to kick them in the eyeball, and then I'm going to duck them. Duck them. Make a duck sound effect. I also have a baseball punch, where you start like this, swing it. So I have little weird names for my moves.
I'm thinking about pizza. So I'm hungry. This is tiring.
My stance, it applies a lot of pressure on my legs. This is my stance. So after doing this for 2 hours straight, I couldn't walk the next day. But it's so good, I'm okay now, a week later.
Very first step of making my character is finding out a stance. And that's sort of what we're in the middle of right now, is just figuring out what my stance is. Then we can go from there and figure out my punches and stuff. But the first part of character development is the stance.
Tienica, who plays Maya, was really great to work with. At first, it was interesting because she came in, and if I remember, she did ballet. She's very flexible, very, very pretty. She would come in, and she was really quiet. And she would sit back on a chair during the practice, and we were wondering what she was doing. She seemed like kind of very, very shy. Well, we didn't know she was back there taking notes.
I am writing notes to remember because I just got my, my duck position and my 2 uppercuts that are following after that, and my sweep, so I'm just going to write them down to remember how I did them. Or else I'll forget, and I'll have to go and bug Mallory again and have him come back and show me one more time.
Here, so from the camera's point of view, it would be like that.
Girls against guys, next game.
That's called life, okay? All right.
Exactly.
Go. One more time. Go. Good.
It went good. I'm actually, like, the other girls are complaining about being sore, and I'm fine.
I am getting ready to go home and relax my muscles because I worked out too much today. Travis doesn't think so, but I think I did. So, ready to go home and put some ice on my legs.
I got my first combination down.
Well, you probably already have most of your stuff down, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, yeah,
I know that most of my moves are going to be just a lot. I got a lot of stuff covered. I have one more rehearsal before we start shooting, so I should be able to get the rest of them by then. I'm going to go home, go work out, go to my studio, and see if I can come up with stuff I haven't thought of yet, because I want to have like a really good character. I want it to be really fun to play. Hi, my name is Stephanie Flowers, and my character is Morrigan. And I got the role because I had worked with Travis previously, so he already knew what I could do. I've been in martial arts for 16 years. I am a NASCO world champion in forms, weapons, and fighting. And I'm really excited about doing this video game. It's going to be a lot of fun. The first move I'm going to throw is I'm just going to throw a reverse hook kick. Okay, I'm just going to spin around and hook kick. Okay, not stretched yet. Next kick I'm going to throw is a tornado kick. And now I'm going to put it together and do a hook kick, tornado kick. So it'd have to be quick though. You like that?
Hi, I'm Tiffany. It's the first day of my rehearsal, and tomorrow is shooting, so I'm hoping to get started and have this all down by tomorrow.
I'm a little sore, but not nearly as bad as I was like last week. Last week just like kicked my butt, like honestly. But like my legs are so sore. They were throbbing last week, like shaking, just standing up. It was so bad. But now I'm like well rested and refreshed.
Travis and Cynthia, they're reviewing some of the moves that we shot last week. Right now we're looking at Erica. Travis, what's her character's name?
Damia.
One of the more challenging things was to not teach people how to punch and kick, but how to fall. And you may think to yourself, well, it's just natural. You just kick your feet out from underneath you and gravity's going to do the rest. That's true. The other part of that is how to land without hurting yourself. We would show the girls, okay, here, for example, here's how you're going to fall. One of the things I think that came out of that is when we're showing you how to fall, please pay attention because it will come back to haunt you.
Mallory is awesome. I love working with him. He's like the best.
After we got everybody picked and we got everybody lined up with what character they were going to be playing, we had to find costumes. You know, we had to do wardrobe. We had to figure out, you know, what will they wear that's really going to show who they are.
We paid a lot of attention to the wardrobe in this particular game. We wanted to give the costumes a little more personality. We were very mindful of the colors we chose. We just wanted to give a unique and interesting look to each of the characters and make them consistent with the personality associated with the characters.
So Travis kind of had an overarching idea about everything, and then we would go and look. You know, we had to find all these little details that Travis had in his head, you know, that would really kind of complete the look, and we had to kind of show that through detail, like wardrobe.
Well, I have a princess tiara that has like a little, what is that, sapphire kind of thing going on? And I have a turquoise blue bikini. It's really skimpy. It's really tiny. Oh, these are cool. Oh, tight. I guess these go up on my arms, right? Like up here? Yeah. And I have a little cape to cover up my butt. So that way, every time I wiggle, you're gonna see a little motion going on. So I'm gonna go try it on.
Hi, I'm Cynthia Okola. I play Venus. This is my new Better Than Ever little sarong outfit for the sequel, which I'm so excited about. It's just an awesome, I feel like a powerful fighter because of it. It's got an adorable little sarong, which I absolutely love this. I'm from New York. I just got here and I'm filming tomorrow, which I'm so excited about. I feel very powerful and very fierce.
I actually have the most conservative costume of the game, so I'm pretty lucky. So I'm happy with what I'm wearing.
Sorry. My costume, I think, is cute. I think that I'm one of the younger people in the video game, so I think the costume fits my character very well.
My initial reaction to my costume was that it is probably the smallest bikini that I've ever worn, and definitely the only bikini I've ever had to tape onto my body, and definitely the only bikini that I've ever done any karate in.
I have body armor on my wrists, and the 3 bands stand that I'm like the top fighter in Venus's army, and I'm a mean girl. Ha! Ha! Ha!
And then, I would do little things like helping the characters get into them or, showing a bikini a different way. That way it would fit the character better.
What are you working on?
Lining the Venus headband so that she won't be in horrible pain anymore. With Vesta, played by Dina, she needed a lot of work on her costume, and I would have to stitch, the back of her costume together that way it would fit her.
I've just been nixed on this very sexy outfit because it's quite revealing, and we're afraid that we won't get the teen rating, so maybe you guys are just going to have to wait for the R-rated version starring me.
Having the accessories on didn't make us more comfortable, but it looked good, and it fit the characters, so I think they were necessary.
Honestly, they make you tough. I mean, you get hit in a metal armband or someone accidentally smacks you in the forehead, it really makes you get into character faster and really want to hurt the other person. So it works out well.
Well, I wish mine was a little elaborate, but I like yellow. It makes me look tan. I like some of the other people's armbands, and they got all this cool stuff, and I asked why I didn't get all that stuff, and they said because my character doesn't need it because she already kicks ass, but whatever, that was a bunch of bull crap.
When first seeing my costume, my first thought was, yes, it's red. I'm the only one who has leather gloves. I like them. They're very hot. Mine's red leather with gold, and I'm the only cast member who gets to wear nail polish, red nail polish, which is another fun thing that I get to do. I grew a bit on top, which is always nice. It made me feel prettier, I guess, more girly. While my costume was sexy, I didn't feel like I was falling out at all. I know some of the girls were afraid of their costumes being a bit too small or too revealing, I didn't feel that problem.
Well, this is my costume I just put on, and it's really exciting because it's getting me in the character, and I feel sexy.
Wearing the bikini wasn't the issue. Acting in the bikini was an issue because you're moving around, and sometimes we had a couple wardrobe malfunctions. I'm just doomed. I can't wear a bikini without it breaking. So it's one of the disadvantages that I have. Very misfortunate to have big boobs.
Oh yeah, my boobs got bigger. I came back and I was like, Travis, I don't need this padding anymore. It's great. I guess I just went through a growth spurt. Thought I was all done, but I was wrong. Well, I fully believe that sex sells, so I want it to sell. I think there should be sex appeal. Nothing over the top or crazy, but I think we had just the right amount.
Too big. What do you think?
In studio was the challenge because that's where we performed most of the physical aspect of the game. So that was the most challenging because that's when we fell down a lot and got hurt a lot.
I had a lot of help coming up with movements for my character.
When it came to helping out the cast members individually, all of the crew kind of worked on doing that.
Today's shoot went well. I've rehearsed 2 days before, so I'm extremely sore. I've pulled muscle in my right leg, but I've been putting icy hot on it and taking aspirin, so it felt a little better. And after I did the moves and warmed up, it wasn't as bad. I'm next! I'm back! It's a little bit more skimpier. At first I didn't like it because I felt like I didn't have any support, but I'm getting used to it.
Good, I want to check it out.
It's pretty cool to be in a video game. It makes me feel really tough.
Okay, you're going to need to start Earth in more because your hand is out of frame. Yep. Yep. Yeah.
Is that okay?
That'll work.
I guess I'd have to say my favorite part is actually doing the shooting, like we did today.
Now back to stance.
Sorry.
Keep drawing my attention to your boobs.
I keep throwing it.
Yeah.
I'm very happy with the way our moves came out. Some of them we came up with ourselves on the set, you know, hey Travis, I have an idea, why don't we do this? So they were very spontaneous. Some of them were already preset, so we had an idea what we were doing.
See these boobs? They have been taped, measured, contorted, dusted, busted, blushed, and brushed, and all sorts of funny things. I've been tickled today. I have kicked, punched, back rolled, and dragon rolled my way all through the day.
Now she's grabbing my ass. I know she's secretly is lusting after it. I'm really looking forward to next week's shoot where I get to actually interact with all the other characters. I'm thinking that it's going to be loads and loads of fun.
I remember one weekend we had the entire cast here to do grab moves, and we've got 12 girls cooped up in our 840 square foot chroma key studio.
Yeah! Come here!
It's hard work, man. Hard work.
Yeah!
know she'll freeze frame printed somehow, some way. It'll be on the internet and going, yeah, and that's it. It'll be like everywhere.
Although the photographer made me go like this the
whole time.
You liked your bosom moves.
No, it was definitely quite easy for me to do the topless moves because I knew I was expecting it, and from doing the first one, it was like no brainer. It was just like, you know what you were in store for, definitely not a sensitive issue, and plus, after working on set for so long, you get very comfortable, and it's just like, let's just get it done, let's just get the shot done, you know, and you're just like, once you see it a couple times, it's, you know, no big deal, and it's like, come on, let's just get it over with.
The last 2 days, it was pretty physical with some of the takedown moves, but if you're prepared to be physical, like the person receiving the move, the takedown move, then it looks a lot believable, you know, so that's what I always say, like, right before I get hit or punched, I'm like, actually hit me and punch me so I can react better to the move. I grabbed their neck, and the opponent went down at the same time, and then literally jumped, and then, like, held it in the air, and then I let go, so it wasn't really me picking them up, it was them actually doing all the work and jumping, and it actually, when you see it on the camera, it actually looks like I'm doing it.
The vibe was great. I mean, I worked with every single character. All of us worked with each other on one-on-one basis. So I got to work with the whole cast. And overall, I think we did a great job and had great chemistry.
When it came to the game, I kind of had my fingers in a lot of different parts of it. I did a lot of the set design.
We built a lot of interesting sets to create some of these places that just didn't exist.
Travis came down one day and he said, you know, Corey, I want to do a palette for the characters for the game. I said, okay. And I would put together sketches, and he would like an idea or not like an idea, and we would kind of work until we had a point where he's like, okay, yeah, I kind of like that concept. This up here actually is one of the models that I created. And we have a little character here. If we put him here, he's Venus. And you can see we have the 3 archways, we have the platform and the stairs. And I did a couple versions of this. This is actually the one we went with.
We built it out of wood. It was, I think, about 40 feet wide by 20 or 25 feet tall, I'm not really sure. Corey, again, our production supervisor, did the plans for it, did design, the blueprints, and then we began construction. And we turned this wood structure, gave it texture and painted it in a way to make it look like it was built out of stone. And I thought the end result was really great. It looked believable.
I particularly liked the way the palace turned out. I had known about the plan to build, you know, the set construction that was to be a preliminary area of the palace, and then we would digitally enhance it and we'd add to it to make the gigantic palace that you see in the game.
And it was large enough that we could shoot close-ups with our cast and our extras and actually do fight scenes in front of this thing, and then using computer-generated graphics, make the palace beyond the entranceway look very substantial. So the end result, I felt, was great, and I'm pleased with it.
Really, probably my favorite part about production is that set and how it really came to life like that.
So we had to build villages for the inhabitants of Elysia to live, and we had fight scenes that took place there as well.
We worked with these huts, these straw huts that made up the village.
We had to build these huts, and the ground that day was so hard to get the huts in. We were trying to find rocks around to try and beat these giant sticks in the ground.
Let me tell you, those things were a pain in the behind to put up. Those darn things just wouldn't stay up, and we'd have like 5 or 6 people, hammering in the ground, and it's like, oh gosh, these stupid huts. It really added to the feel of the game. But if I never see one of those huts again, I'll be happy.
One of the other interesting sets that I felt that we built was the dungeon set.
He actually came down and said, okay, well, we're gonna need a dungeon. I said, okay, well, what do we need in the dungeon? He's like, well, I need a prison, and I need a table. And I think that was about it. That was about what he needed. So I went ahead and started sketching things. Corey designed the sets, and then we would take her designs, and then we would try and build them.
Right now, we're building the dungeon jail set for Vesta.
And we're working on the walls for the dungeon scene.
Not wearing my paint pants. I really do change my clothes.
So one day, I come into Creative Edge. I don't remember who I was with, but we were running around the corner, and whoa, this wall just appears in front of me. And I hadn't been there that day when Corey had constructed the dungeon set. I knew she was doing it, but it didn't click, and so I almost had an accident. Can you imagine if I'd gotten hurt and had to go to the hospital and say, how did she get hurt? Oh, it was a dungeon accident. And who knows what they would have thought at the hospital. But yeah, it was pretty close. I almost ran right into the dungeon, and Corey said, haha, I will lock you in. And I'm just really glad that she didn't, because it was a pretty scary dungeon set. And when you look at the scenes in it, you're like, wow, that looks scary. Well, you know what? It looked that scary in real life.
After we had built the dungeon set, which we all loved, labor of love, great set, really fun one to build, we had to take it down. So we got into it.
We built it really good.
And at first we were taking down, we were removing each nail, removing each screw, rolling it down. But eventually it got to the point where we could just kind of kick the wall down and it would pull out the nails for us. So I had been kicking down the wall. And at one point, I kicked down the wall and it came down. Yeah, I had a near-death experience. It wasn't quite near-death, but it was close. We had built this table for the scene that we were really proud of. Corey and I were really proud of building this table. And it was actually my lifesaver because Corey ended up knocking down this giant wall and I was sitting on the floor. I think I was taking nails out of something, and I looked up and this giant wall was coming at me, and it literally would have crushed me. But the table was right next to me, and it saved me because it just hit the table and stopped, and I was just looking up at this giant wall thinking that could have been like huge disaster. And if it weren't for that wonderful table, she probably would have been hit with the wall. But fortunately it landed on our table, my magical table.
Yeah, you should have been here when I kicked that one down.
We also spent a lot of time and effort on the props. There's a lot of little things in the cutscenes that you might take for granted.
When creating props for the game, you really kind of have to think outside the box.
The prop that I like the most are the power bracers that the fighters in Venus's army wear. They actually would function as armor. They're actually made out of leather. They're pretty thick. We painted them to look metallic.
I remember vividly. We were really amped about the arm armor. And there they were, like, ton of them, these like, pink striped bracers. And I put them on and ran all over the office, and I wore them the entire day. That was definitely a really thrilling day. They're empowering, you know. I mean, I was talking on the phone and trying to type, which kind of awkward. You can't really bend your arm. But yeah, I ran around in those all day long. Really cool, really cool.
So I think in the game, the effect comes across really well, and you know, add a few clanking sound effects and get them to glow with power. It's an interesting look, and it just, I think, adds a level of excitement to the game during the action scenes.
I definitely think the little touches add to the game, the little wristbands glowing and whatnot. I mean, those little touches make it so realistic.
Especially in the villages, we had little furniture pieces and food and just little things in the background.
I really loved working on the rocks for the cavern. Those were my babies, the big rocks that we used. They are actually chicken wire, covered in cloth and plaster of Paris.
We need more plaster of Paris.
And then painted with about 3 different colors of paint, which I tried to get to match the actual limestone in the caverns that we would be shooting in.
We're currently painting the boulder props that we built earlier out of chicken wire, wood, and plaster, and a little bit of tarp and cardboard thrown in where appropriate.
These are magic rocks.
Very magical.
Tragically, when we got to the cavern shoot, they had a little freight elevator, and the big giant rock that I had created wouldn't fit into the elevator to get down to the cavern. I had to take it out to the truck and actually cut it in half. Very horrible, painful moment. Everyone kind of left me alone while I did that because I had just stayed up for 3 days making them. And cut off the top of it and remove it and carry that down, and we put the mold on top of another rock and shot it that way. But when you're making props, you never quite know.
I'm a dirty, dirty girl.
The bracer scene went really good. It's gonna look neat because it glows, and you know, that's when I think I get my, you know, all my power from is from my braces.
I do all the other ones, not a problem. But you put a camera on me and now I can't hit anything.
I love all of our sets. I love all of our locations. Each one has a different little niche in my heart. Each one required a certain amount of blood and sweat to go into it. The location work in Warriors of Elysia is by far one of my favorite parts of the whole production.
Visually, what we did for the location shots and the sets that we built was absolutely on par for the scene that was being done.
So, you want to be an extra, huh? Check it out. You notice, I have no mud on me. Well, it's got to be shoes. This is why you need to be the choreographer. Extra, star, choreographer. No mud, no cuts, and I'm feeling fresh. That's one for the boys at home.
I'm so relieved though that I don't have to do all the dirty work. It went well. We rolled around in mud, laid there for a while, battled the wildlife that kept crawling up and among us. Got mud everywhere, you can get it. And then we got to play in the water together.
The freezing cold water.
Frigidly cold.
Minus 43 degrees water.
The location shoot was the funnest because it was just such a different set and something that we personally in the last game didn't have a chance to do. Testing, 1, 2, 1, 2.
It's working.
Leave the model alone.
I'll leave you alone.
I'm beat up right now.
We're out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, we have just us and whatever we bring with us. So we have to plan for that. You know, we need to make sure there's a place for people to go to the bathroom. We need to make sure there's enough food for people to eat. We need to make sure we have enough power to generate and operate our equipment. We need to make sure that there's first aid available. I mean, there's a lot of things that you need to consider just from the video production aspect of this game. In fact, at the Palace set, we actually built what we called a base camp. We actually had tents and canopies and tables off to the side of the set where we could, convene, and we could sort of organize everything from there.
The guys just stopped what they were doing, like, hey, open it back. No! She's working out over there.
Not me.
Stretching!
Little horse manure, whatever. I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning, ready to go. It's now noontime, and I haven't done one single thing. Except for sleep, where a ginormous spider decided to crawl on me. Really fun. Ready? Catch me.
We're working hard for you guys. You better like it.
Dance party on the foam mat. I'm tired. And I smell. She does.
It's been a really cool experience, though, because I feel like we've actually bonded in a way, because we all went through the same experience.
The climate situation on location was extreme. Either it was really, really hot or it was really, really cold. So this last game was really, really tough, and it took its toll.
My top keeps falling off and my butt's like hanging out. It's a fun time.
I think I would have been better off with a bathroom. I have to pee so bad.
I met Britt when she came to audition, and we instantly liked each other. I love Britt. Really, really cool girl. Down to earth, she's tough, she's really great looking, good body, good personality, great girl. And doing the extra work, we both ended up as featured extras, and we did a lot of work together. Pretty much anytime you see one of us, the other one's right there too.
We're 3-bar. We're leader.
We're bikini elites, you know. You know how that goes. It's rough. A little cold in the cave where we reside.
Not only did I get to do like all that location scouting, which I loved doing, but we got to travel all over Virginia and get these really cool elements of environments for each character and for the game. We shot in caverns, we shot below ground in caverns, and we shot, out in the field, and we shot in woods. We built villages and we built sets. A lot of times, really painful locations. Cold, it hurt your feet, we're barefoot, we're in bikinis. But really, really fun to work out on location.
We have on our team an enormous group of talent, and one of our team members, EW, is in charge of all of our special effects, and he also does the 3D modeling for the environments. So, when you look at the TienWu scene, I think that's the first one he did, that's all EW. I mean, I give him the ideas, but he takes them to the next level. So he starts with the concept and then expands from there, and then when I see the end result, it's much better than I had anticipated.
I think the combination of the 3D camera movements and the 3D environment with real human people are really what's going to make the game stand out.
I think that this is something that hasn't been done before. Traditionally, you've had your 2D real frame characters, but nothing has really gone in the 3D like what we're trying to do, and we have done here.
And then when you've got that 3D camera movement, we're moving around the people. I mean, that's really cool to look at.
The 3D element really adds, a different level to it, and visually, it looks so much better.
But I didn't realize just how cool it was going to look. Each stage along the way, it got better and better and better.
The first time I saw the game in action, Travis hurriedly called me up to his office. He was like, watch, I've got an environment and I've got 2 characters. And we had TienWu's environment, and we had, I believe it was Damia and Venus. They only had a couple moves, and they could do like a punch and maybe a kick. And to see those girls who, who I knew and we had shot this in that 3D world, that was really cool.
Just seeing it, it's just so majestic when the camera sweeps overhead and you come into the arena. You're excited because you're ready to play.
All the 3D backgrounds I've seen so far have been super realistic and cool.
EW not only has to be artistic and creative, he also needs to be consistent with the technology we've created. We need to make sure that our environments and our visual effects are consistent with the parameters necessary to work with our code. And he's good at that. We have a really good network between myself and Danny and EW and everybody else, because we speak each other's languages, and it allows us to create things that are greater than what we could do individually. And it's always interesting to see the end result when we put these ideas in motion. In addition to the interesting visual aspects of this game, I'm really pleased with the way the soundtrack turned out. Andy is our musician for the soundtrack. I worked closely with him to develop what I feel is our best soundtrack to date.
Travis and Andy have done such a great job creating the soundtrack for the game.
Andy Sikorski is one of the best musicians, most talented musicians around. I love this guy. I love his music. I love his work.
I love the music in the game. The first game, the music was very original and I really liked it, but this time around, I was really surprised how well it turned out. Really gladly surprised.
Travis asked me if I wanted to do a full-featured soundtrack for Warriors of Elysia. And I was absolutely ecstatic about the opportunity. That goes back to my childhood, when my childhood dream, and everyone has a childhood dream, it literally was to create a music for the soundtrack. I've achieved one of my biggest childhood dreams. I created a full soundtrack for a video game.
Andy was really good about listening to the different styles that I was trying to create for these characters.
Andy's also pretty good at predicting what Travis wants.
In some cases, Travis helped me reach, I think, a new level. In particular, I found very useful Travis's overall sense of good direction, and that's something that's very subjective, but Travis could help me go from one level to the next level on that same track, and sometimes his direction was very precise, and that made my job very easy to follow.
So he was able to deliver exactly what Travis was looking for in every case.
It's a lot easier to do this type of work when you're working with people who are that talented, and Andy makes it fun and easy.
Am I pleased with the soundtrack? Absolutely.
It's okay. Nipple. Ow. Oh, nipples. Hey, Vince.
Sorry. This is my better side, but it's okay. I'll try to work on this side.
Oh, am I coming out?
Thanks, Travis.
sexy top.
You don't want to see my nipple?
How about we do it again, Travis?
When playing Warriors of Elysia, I think fans of the previous game will appreciate what we've done with it.
And I think we've pretty much succeeded. I think that the actors are better. I think the martial arts are better. I think the environments are better. The sets, the action, the storyline's great. So I think it really did take on a larger scale than the original.
The initial reaction in looking at the game to see Warriors of Elysia was, it was pretty much wow. That's what I would sum it up as, because I've been here for the first game. I've been here through the second game, watching from frame by frame, take after take, jump after jump, kick after kick. But watching that all come together, it was pretty amazing. Pretty much is a wow factor right off as soon as you see it.
Seeing the finished product is exciting because it exceeded what I had even imagined.
I'm really proud to be a part of something so unique and different.
The game definitely made a really good impression. First impression, I thought it looked very cool.
So what we have with Warriors of Elysia, I think, is a more complete game. Has a lot more attention to detail put into it. The characters are more captivating, and I think this game will be more appealing.
All of my friends can't wait to watch the game. They all want copies, and they all want me to be a character, and they all want to play me, and they all want to see me running around in this game. I think my friends might be more amped about this than some of the fans for BKB because they're really excited about it. I get asked about it all the time.
It feels like it's just not over yet and there's more to come. And I think like the next one would be a combination of like the two that we just made, because I think they're so different. So I think honestly that there's going to be another one to come out.
I'm Brittany. I am from Detroit, Michigan, and I've been doing this for about a year and a half now, but this is my first big thing that I'm working on.
I am so excited about being here today. I'm excited about what we are going to embark upon and learn today.
This is exciting. I mean, I'm ready to beat somebody up, so it'll be exciting.
I'm nervous about the fall.
Yeah,
you don't fall. I don't fall well.
Gonna kick some ass.
Having fun. I'm excited. Can't wait to purchase this game.
I'm enjoying the beautiful weather.
There's some scrapes on my sides.
Babe, are you okay?
Kind of cold down here. We get these, which are full of power, and they give us power. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. A little history for you. A little background info. FYI. We get our power. FYI in the BKB.
Fun. It was a lot of fun.
Buy the video game.
naked under these towels because I'm covered in mud. Mud butt.